Come on.
There you go.
Yeah, Superstar Raven. Hey, how's everybody going?
How's everybody going?
How's everybody doing?
How's it going? How's everybody doing?
How's it going, eh? Eh? Hey, OJ and Deb here.
And Superstar Raven.
Oh, yes.
Welcome to Coffee Walks and Whatever.
We're just two old fogies living the dream.
And sharing our retired life. Thanks for joining us.
We've been planning on, or hoping to, show you our yard for, well, over a month.
Yeah.
And we did do, or I did a walk around back when we were doing the wire on the top of the arbor tunnel. While he was putting that on, I went and did a walk around, but we never did end up showing it because we had way too much for that video, and so it got cut. But we still have the footage. So we are going to show you that old footage. It was early, about the first week. About the first.
Hopefully we have.
Yeah, we have it. First week of June. Well, you said you found it. So
oh yes.
around the first week of June, somewhere in there. And then we did a walk around, I don't know, less than a week ago. A few days ago?
A few days
Don't
ago.
remember.
A few days.
They're about a month apart.
Yeah.
So we will show you the difference, how it's changed from June to July. And then hopefully maybe we'll get an August walk around done. But that's the plan.
Yeah.
So
we've eaten, or I've eaten a few radishes. That's about all we've had so far.
well, no, we get one strawberry.
Oh, so yeah. Every once in a while we get one strawberry, sometimes two in a day. But if we have one, then I have half. She has half. We share.
So we'll show you the June footage, and then we'll show you July.
Yeah. So.
And then we'll, I don't know, come back here. Who
Maybe.
knows?
Okay.
We're just kind of confused today.
Okay, let's go and have a tour.
Okay, we'll do that. So over here we have Valiant grapes planted. Those are lilies in there, but we have two of those. And we'll go across to the arbor. And then we bought the first two grapevines at a nursery for, I don't know, $25 each. And then Canadian Tire, we picked up another one for $15, I think, and it's much bigger, and it's doing much better than the ones from the nursery. So we'll see how that goes. And then
We just have to train them, so it's fine.
what's that?
Train them, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay, it looks so nice and green back there. We have all that dirt leveled out, raked, and we have grass seed in. That patch there where it's green, there was already some grass growing, but over where the dirt pile was, it's starting to come in. But down here on that side is another grapevine. I forgot we got two of those. I forgot. That's a different kind, I think.
That's a different one. Both of these are different.
Well, the one is Valiant. One was the same.
Okay, yeah.
I don't remember. I'd have to look at the
this
tag.
one's Valiant.
Okay, so this one's different. Okay, these are Jack Manny Clematis. There's two of them. And pansies and marigolds down at the bottom. I just have those boards in there just for some shade until we need to plant more around the bottom to shade their roots. And we have this is another clematis over here on this side, and it is a Nellie Moser. And over here is another, I have to look at the tag there, it's another Nellie Moser Clematis. And on the end we have honeysuckle. I need to look at the name. And we have, on this side, I need to, every day I come out and make sure they're growing where they're supposed to grow, and these ones are going quite nicely, climbing up the wire. I've also planted sweet peas around the corners, just to fill in empty spots. But I'll go over and look at the, well, there's the tag right there. Let's see. I don't know. Gold flame, fragrant honeysuckle. So, and down here we have some radishes, and we have our strawberries, and we put these little spinners here because the birds keep beating us to the strawberries. We also have a little hoop thing that we're going to put some mesh over to protect the strawberries. I'll just back up and show you the whole garden. So there it is. Mostly flowers because, well, we didn't want a bunch of vegetables. We planted for the very first time nasturtiums. We saw on Brampton Gardener, and they were so pretty, and they were huge. I realize now I might have planted a little too close to our tomatoes. We have marigolds everywhere to hopefully take care of pests. And down that end, I don't know if you can see, but we have some onions. And over here we have another nasturtium that's blooming. We're supposed to have a bunch of different colors, so we will see. And then more strawberries. These strawberries are ever-bearing. The other ones are June-bearing. And we'll turn around and look the other way. It looks like the hollyhocks could use some water. Over here, portulaca. And we have morning glory in the tub on this end and on the other end. And I put some seeds in because I wasn't sure the plants were going to make it. And I see the seeds are coming up nicely. And we got ourselves a nice rain barrel. Over here we have cucumbers coming up. There's also cucumbers in the far planter, I'll show you. And over here we have more cosmos, and we have zinnias growing up. We also have a lot of canola that came with the black dirt. All of this is just, we're preparing it for when we can get perennials put in. This is another piece of the Virginia creeper root that we just stuck in the ground, and it is doing amazing. Oh, hi Oakley, how you doing? There's Oakley peeking through the fence at us. And then over here we have our little doorzebel, but I'll have to do a video on that yet. Behind here I've planted some ferns that we took from by the shed, and we have the ornamental crab coming up from across the fence. And this is, all the blossoms are gone, and now the birds will have lots of little tiny apples. Back to the garden. So down here, what do I have? I think I have squash in there, just because we needed to cover the dirt and kill weeds, and there's cardboard underneath, but I don't see them coming up yet. More marigolds, pansies, some more lilies here and there, and a few more cucumbers. Let's see if over on this spot I wanted to see if the cucumbers would. We have an empty spot there. Maybe they'll climb up the wire. We shall see. And his barrel creation. And the memory garden I haven't looked at for a little while, so we'll walk over there. Pansies are blooming. So the memory garden is coming along. Oh, I thought I'd bring you around the side yard. That bird bath needs to be moved back by the gazebo. And we have grass seeded in here. Over in that corner I have squash growing. I don't know if it's coming up. And I moved some more ferns, and they didn't even it seemed like they were moved. They just kept right on going. My plan, we've got a lot of work to do over here, but I'm just going to put ferns all along there because this is the north side and they like the shade. Oh, and I've neglected my petunias. Yes, I have not deadheaded out here at all. And more marigolds, petunias, and I planted mint out here. I know it will go crazy, and that's what I want. I just wanted to fill in these planters and hopefully keep pests away. And the red geranium we plant every year for his mom because she loved geraniums. And my peonies. They are so pretty this year. Even after, this one didn't really do much last year because it was buried under plywood or something. But they are so nice this year. And lots of deadheading. Yeah, I'm not good at maintaining gardens. And over here are poor little cherry tomatoes that have not grown in all the time they've been planted. So we are thinking we might need to redo them with some better soil. The soil we got was very little dirt in it. And are you waiting for me? And over here I have pumpkins that are just starting to come up. And he's ready. He's ready for me to. And these are the hanging baskets that are going up there. Aren't they beautiful? Hopefully they stay that way.
Well, I thought we'd start here. The front here. Yep, showing flowers along here.
We had a visitor, but
we had a visitor.
Oh, he's on this side now. Good, go home.
Mm-hmm. Little kitty cats that come along and
Kitty cats like to come and use our yard as a litter box.
Mm.
We haven't done much on this side. Eventually we'll have a shade garden on this side.
And then these trees get these butterfly seeds on them.
Little whirlybirds.
Whirlybirds, yeah. It's like a little helicopters, we used to call them when I was a kid.
And this is another project, is the deck.
Yes.
The deck that we built last year. It's had plenty of time to dry out.
I'd like to read in here,
Yes.
build a higher
Well, you wanted to put planters.
planters on each side of the step.
Then that number, instead of sitting there, is supposed to be built on the planter.
Yeah.
And right down at your feet, you might as well show this project.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mess.
Let's put some cavities in it.
Yes.
I'm going to be a dentist and fill that
Fill
up.
them cavities. Raven knows that we're out here, and now she wants out too.
Yeah.
I'll let her out the back.
I've got to show you my geranium. That's, my mom always had all different colors. Get her out here and she starts deadheading and
I meant to do this yesterday.
What do you call these? Peonies.
They're all done.
They're all done. We got a pile on here. And then we pumpkins
are doing
I
wonderful.
don't think we've ever grown pumpkins.
No, and again, it was just, we want to have some vines in here, and
Just to cover things up.
yeah, hopefully next year we'll, I'm thinking we might
a little bit of Virginia creeper against the fence there.
we might just put cucumbers here next year.
Mhm.
I don't really want to put anything that perennial, because the snow ends up piled in here, and it probably wouldn't be good. I'm gonna let Raven out.
On these planters here we did have some Virginia creeper in here, and we did have some in here.
And it was
the one
about,
over here
it was
is
about
way
this
up.
tall,
Yeah.
and we started to get scared, or I started to get scared. People
Yeah,
were saying,
Are you sure?
yeah,
Because they kind of
takes over.
take over, and then they're hard to kill. So this one here, we
I transplanted
transplanted
this.
from way over there because it wasn't really doing very much. It's coming
Now
along.
I've lost the name.
Nasturtium. So these ones are huge.
Well, the one in the middle I had to cut back because it was way out, worse than this one here.
Yeah.
And the petunias and marigolds I also dug out because they're getting buried.
So we share the strawberries as they come up. There's only a few.
One strawberry at a time.
And we have netting on there.
It's
But
working.
one day I come out here and there was a robin right inside the netting.
It was not down tight enough.
But it didn't get the strawberry because it
Oh,
just
there's
got in there.
more runners I need to set.
Yeah,
I
setting
haven't-
lots of runners.
I have a feeling this is going to just end up being strawberries next year.
That's all right. I like strawberries.
And then there's the
The
radishes.
radishes were more tops than bottoms. But I've run into this before because the soil is so rich.
Well, there is some.
Oh, look, there's a strawberry there.
Look at that. It's a tiny one, though.
Tiny one, yeah.
Okay, this is like the smallest one we've had. That
Yeah.
Most of the other ones were nice big
Big
ones.
ones, yeah.
But
Well,
do we share it?
sure.
Okay.
It's either that or I eat it.
There you go. You're half.
Well,
So,
yeah.
which way are we going to go?
We're going to
Come go all the way around and
Yep.
then come back this way?
So, this is two 16-inch low-profile tires that I screwed together, and then I put the treated boards all the way around it, filled it up with dirt and stuff. Look at that thing go. It's just
And somebody
loaded.
wanted you to show how to make it, and you are
yeah,
going to make
I'm
another
going to
one.
make another one. It's sitting there. I got the tires from the dump, so I'm going to go for another trip to the dump, to the dump, to the dump, to the dump, dump.
I have never
And,
seen petunias so
Yeah,
full.
and we tried using the wave ones,
I like these
but
better.
these aren't wave petunias, they're just regular, and they're just loaded.
Raven, what are you barking about?
Okay,
Now, you're going to go around this way and
this
come back.
way? Oh, yeah, you can
Well,
see.
you can see our yard
It
has
has
changed a
changed,
little.
It's a kid at heart.
You want to explain that?
Our son had to move out of
Well,
his house and into an apartment, so
his son and his family.
yeah.
Oh, I see some weeding to do.
I'm
So
gonna
yes,
do them after.
We said we would take all their outdoor.
Stop.
Well, they're just across the street and in the
yeah.
back lane, and
Yeah.
they can come over. No, I have to
So-
get this. Sorry.
Yeah. So look at that Virginia creeper there. It's like 5 feet tall.
This,
And we got that from Terry and Judy, and
you're talking about the soil being too rich. Well, this is kind of the opposite. It was that composty bagged
yeah.
soil that is really not soil, and the pansies, well, we'll show when we go back. They're doing great over there, not so great over here.
Except
Lilies
for
are going to
those,
bloom though.
ones there, they're doing quite.
Yeah, but not the pansies though. Oh, the daisies.
The daisies,
Yes,
yeah.
your daisies are doing great.
Yeah.
Isn't this sign just perfect here from the yard sale?
I gotta go a little bit higher. Yeah, the yard sale, fine.
And we bought a couple butterflies.
Some
since
butterflies.
then. And the other butterfly was Mom and Dad's.
This is a work in progress.
Yeah, I've been putting the cardboard down, and then we need to get soil.
We've had this butterfly from her mom and dad for years.
Oh, years and years. And this frame down here was from my brother Terry, Terry and Judy. But eventually, we'll get this cleaned up and soil, and next year we'll plant flowers along here.
We have a compost pile in the corner there.
My choke cherries are hopefully going to come up from the root, but we'll see. Doesn't really
Tops
matter.
died, so
We have some out
if they
front.
make it, they make it. If they don't, they don't.
And our
And
utility area
I cut
here.
this grass the other day, and
Less
I
than a
need to
week, and
I have to cut it twice a week.
and you didn't fertilize. This is just the soil. And
It's good
another. Okay, we have another messy area.
But
All of this.
yeah,
just
we'll
got
make it
thrown
into
here.
something.
One day I'll have time to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, this is where we moved the Virginia creeper to. Oh, I didn't show the bird bath. This
Bird bath. I caught a bird in there the other morning. Caught a few seconds of it before
Yeah, we'll add
it
that
didn't
in.
like being
Didn't want you watch.
videoing
it.
it having a bath.
But I painted this, I don't know, a few days ago. It's an old, it was come from our daughter's yard
Yeah.
when she moved a few years ago. So we moved a Virginia creeper here, and I put one here, and we were going to buy an arbor today, and then we thought probably cost less to just build
Exactly.
another wooden one. So it'll make
They were
like
$150
for cheap
cheap-
metal.
any
But
weight
I
on
want
it
an
at all would be
entrance
fall
into
apart.
the garden area from the
Yeah.
lawn area.
Which way we going now?
This way, and then we'll kind of work our way through the pathways,
Yeah.
I guess. The gazebo
The
area.
gazebo area.
Now, I did plan, and I probably still will, do just a video on the gazebo.
Yeah.
I haven't totally finished
The watering
upgrading.
can and the rubber boots get taken
Okay.
off here quite regularly by our
The
grandkids.
grandkids love all the stuff
Yeah.
over here, and they like to play with it.
And then we did plant some stuff underneath here.
Didn't grow.
Didn't grow,
It's too shady.
I guess,
Like everything except
except
the
for the
Virginia
Virginia creeper over here.
But again, this will be hopefully flowers next year. I really don't
Isn't
know.
growing as
Oh,
fast and furious as over there, but
it doesn't get quite as much sun. It should get a lot in this corner, but
our squash on
yeah,
this side.
only a few of those. And it looks, is that a Virginia creeper?
That's
way
a
over
Virginia
here?
creeper over there.
That must have come from the neighbors.
Yeah.
So yeah, I need to weed that. Next year we'll put flowers, and along the side of the house here,
Yeah.
we still have to finish that, paint it or something, and
Yeah.
we'll have another
And,
flower bed there. And then over
and
here is
here.
my zinnias. My first time planting zinnias and cosmos. The cosmos have been blooming lots.
Oh, I see a weed in there.
Yeah, they like to hide in there. Zinnias are coming along, lilies.
Cucumbers all.
They're
They
doing
were
them.
standing up yesterday or the day before, and now they've all just kind of dropped
But
down.
everything is growing
Like
kind of crazy.
now.
My one little lone cosmo here by the water barrel.
Yeah. I love this water barrel.
Yes, it is. It's lovely. My morning glories
Morning
are
glories.
determined to get into the siding, and I keep wrapping them because I don't want them in the siding. So maybe
No.
we won't put this here next year, or move it out a bit.
Yeah.
And my favorite, and they're closing up for the
Because
evening.
this is the evening here now.
My portulaca and my hollyhocks.
These were here when we moved.
They're
Here.
They bloomed last year, but this year it's going to be covered. I had to stake it because
They're about
it's so tall.
probably as tall as you can reach. Yeah, taller.
Taller than you.
Yeah, so
So we'll go this way and then we'll go around again.
I guess so.
Some more hollyhocks that are just planting themselves.
A little bit of mint in there.
Yeah, we have some mint. I don't care if the mint takes over. And these are lilies that were here in the yard, but we moved them over here. They were kind of on the
This is the first day
Yeah.
for it to
kind of weed.
pop out.
We moved it from along the fence line.
Yeah.
And my fountain, because we have to run the extension way over there, we don't turn it on very often.
Yeah.
So we already went this way. So
You
we'll
will.
go this way here.
Oh yes, we've already talked about this one.
Yes. The tomatoes
Tomatoes.
have gone slightly crazy.
Yeah. Well, I was looking and I haven't
My
seen any
nasturtiums
fruit.
getting buried. There's lots
Set
and lots
on-
of blossoms.
lots,
Don't
yeah.
worry, there will be tomatoes. The marigolds are kind of buried, and the nasturtiums getting buried. I've had to put stakes and rope and things to hold them. So let's go down that pathway and look at the honeysuckle. And there's, hang on, I'm just going to pass you.
Okay.
They're supposed to grow about 9 feet. Well, it's about 5 feet, 9 feet in a season. It's looking quite nice. And it's getting a flower over here. We have never had a honeysuckle. We've got a honeysuckle in front, but not a vine. And on the other side is the same. Looks different though. The leaves are different.
Don't want to spin you around too much and make you busy.
It's supposed to be the same kind.
It's supposed to be it.
They don't look the same kind. And then at the corners, this is sweet peas here.
Yeah.
Just in case they didn't make it, I added them.
And some.
And a few more cucumbers.
We love cucumbers. So
Okay, look at how the pansies are growing here compared to over there.
yeah.
Okay, now this is the clematis, and it's not doing well at all. It hasn't really gotten much bigger, and it's got lots of dead leaves. So I'm not sure about that guy.
A couple of days ago, I put some fertilizer, and then
They don't.
so it might take a few days.
And more petunias
And then,
down here. More clematis,
yes.
and this one is blooming, but it's a different kind of clematis.
Yeah. And then there's more tomatoes on this side, but these are cherry tomatoes that we had in the containers,
They were doing
and
absolutely
they were
nothing.
almost dying. So we quickly brought them over here. And then these onions,
they
there was
came with some yard waste from
some
somebody.
yard waste that a fellow brought me, and he said there might be a few onions in there.
You showed the purple.
There's a couple
You
here.
showed this
Yeah, I
one?
showed that one already.
Okay, so then the next thing is the grapes on either
Grapes.
side. Valiant, the first two are Valiant. I think that's Valiant. And this one,
This one is growing crazy. It's like
oh wait a minute.
4 feet.
Black, there it is right there. Black Manuka. That's what this one is.
It's a black manuka.
That's a good thing I kept that. 'Cause
So these are finally taken off here now. These grape leaves
That's
were
great.
really, the grapevines were very slow going, and then all of a sudden, just this past week, they
They've started.
kicked it into high gear.
The strawberries over on that side, I don't think we mentioned. Those are the June bearing. These are ever bearing.
Yeah,
Or is
now.
it the other way around though?
These are June bearing. Those
Oh,
are
and
ever
these
bearing.
tomatoes here, we did not plant these.
No, this because we brought our compost out in the wintertime and just dumped it here.
These are all volunteer.
The seeds froze, and then when they thawed out, they found themselves.
Look at this nasturtium though. The reason I planted these, I think I mentioned before, Brampton Gardner. Rochelle?
Rochelle, yeah.
She had these in a video last year, and I'd never planted them, and they just went crazy, like I said before, and they're just covered in flowers.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say? There's one that's a different color? Because apparently they come in 7 different colors.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
one
one
here.
is
That one's red, this one's more orange, and that one is orange. Did we cover everything?
we did.
So we're back to... Well, we didn't cover the mass.
No. These ferns, we've trampled them,
Oh, piled lumber on
Yeah.
top of them.
and that tree that's where all the tools are. Well, I had it
Down to the... digging the stump
dump
out.
out, and then
Because it's too close.
my friend there watching things.
Our son's coyote. It's one of his earlier tries at taxidermy.
Yeah.
Now he's just kind of a decoy.
We'll eventually
We will
clean
get
all this up.
I keep saying I'm going to clean this up, but
So in the very corner, as we have some tin left, I'm going to build just a little shelter
yes, down here.
at the end there for. First, I'm going to build something else.
I
It's
had this idea because we have
bikes
bike is in
and
the garage,
lawnmowers
and
that are
the
sitting
kids'
over there,
bikes.
and kids' bikes.
We
So.
thought if we just made like a lean-to coming down from the roof, it's high enough there, just as wide as the fence basically. And then we can get them, have a place
Yeah.
to store them in the winter and not have to trip
So,
over bikes in the
that's-
shed.
That's pretty much the end of us.
That's the end of the tour.
Yeah. And no, I haven't finished the door.
And the date is...
date? The 6th of July. Anyways, hope everybody enjoyed. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this tour.
Maybe we'll
Midsummer tour.
we will do this again later. And there's our little red roof cottage.
Yeah. Our little paradise. So, what'd you think? It's all worth it.
worth all the work.
Yeah. The only thing we might do yet is shorten our Caragana hedge at the front there. But yeah, we'll see.
Well, hope you enjoyed this.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Raven's smelling something, I don't know what.
Something smells good.
Bye.
Anyway, bye for now.
Bye-bye. Yep, Raven, you say bye-bye. Say bye-bye.